don't deal with women in any kind of professional capacity if it's in entertainment, if it's in online, because here reputational damage has an effect that it doesn't have in the normal world.
Sure. I think another lesson here is call your own foul. Like, just be open about if you're doing something. Like, again, they can't. One of the reasons why
The cover-up's worse than the crime.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So just call your own foul. By the way, I was 45 dating a 21-year-old. I'll go ahead and call my own foul there, but there's nothing wrong with it. We were very, very happy together. So, yeah, that was the thing. That was one of it. The other thing I wanted to
I
ask
have
you.
literally never understood that. Who gives a
Who gives a
flying
shit?
fuck?
Yeah.
By the way, when I was growing up,
Older women.
nobody gave a flying ever. Yeah, they would. You know what they would do? They would just be like, "High five."
Yeah.
Right. That's it. It's like,
But
what?
they're always like, what do you guys talk about? I'm like, rescuing animals and how much we like having sex with each other. Like, I don't understand what.
Well,
I
I was in a debate on
What
whatever
should we be having
with
conversations?
with a male feminist who was saying this to me, like, what do they have in common? I was like, I see. Here's how I know that you're an unmarried, right? Wives and husbands never have anything in common. They almost never have
This the guy-
anything in
This
common.
the guy on whatever podcast who sat across from you.
Oliver, I think, was this one.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, they almost never have anything in common. My wife likes to sit in the basement and do her nails. I don't like sitting in the basement and doing my nails. I like to play Call of Duty. She doesn't like to play Call of Duty. Well, I don't like Call of Duty, but you get the point, right?
Yeah.
I like video games. She doesn't like video games. She likes to do her nails. I don't like doing my nails. She likes all sorts of crime, or not crime shows, but like drama shows, like The Blacklist and shit. Not a big fan of.
Yeah.
Right? I much more prefer these other types. We have very actual little interests in common, and yet we have an entire worldview in common. And so the thing that's so funny to me is I'm always like, I don't understand. Most married couples I know, the woman doesn't like going fishing with him, doesn't give a
Yes.
shit about his hobbies. Like, what does anybody have in common? You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking
It's
about?
like they're trying to make some moral equivalency, and it's like, what do you guys have in common? I'm like, hey, why don't you let me worry about if I have something in common with her? And I've always hear this whole idea.
It's
and
the same like opposites attract. And they're like, what do you have in common? What do you have? Opposites attract. What do you have in common with her? And you're like, well, I thought opposites attract,
Yeah.
and we're supposed to have something to go, like, make up your mind. Schrodinger. Now that's a different one, right?
Yeah.
We should label that like Schrodinger's femcon, maybe or the Schrodinger's age gap.
Schrodinger's age appropriateness.
We'll do Schrodinger's age gap.
Yeah.
Both opposites attract, and you need to have something in common with them.
So let's bring this up because this is something I think you've discovered and you and I discovered through trial and error, which was this concept when people look at us with Access Vegas, whatever podcast or Fresh and Fit, they believe, because remember Mooncat made that video saying they believe we specifically choose the dumbest girls that we can find so that we can pick on them. You were talking to CGA when you were Coach Greg Anthony, and you were like, some of those 23-year-olds are smarter than you. What happens is,
All of them.
this is what I've seen. Let's say that it's about half and half. The half that is not sex workers, that is not degenerate, they don't speak up as much. They really aren't noticed as much on the program. The half that are, or maybe even like the third that are, they do speak up. Their boobs are out. Their hair is blonde. And because of reticular activation system, people notice them more. And so remember that one episode I said, how many ladies on the show have an OnlyFans? And no one raised their hand. And I looked at, and I was talking to the audience, and I was like, you guys keep thinking that's all we have on the show, and that what we're doing is not representative of what women actually think.
Yeah.
And so that's the reason why women keep saying dumb things on these shows is because you guys are specifically cherry picking the dumbest women that you can.